It's beer o'clock on Real Ale Craft Beer. I want to start off this video by saying thank you very much to Stephen, who went on holiday to America. Whilst he was there on holiday, he popped into a supermarket where he was buying beers and drinking beers and enjoying beers, and he picked up a few beers for me, which is amazing. That's a lovely thing, to be on holiday and to buy some beers and think about putting them in your suitcase, bringing them halfway across the world, or across the Atlantic Ocean at least, and then sending them on to me is just a wonderful thing to do. And it's one of the reasons why this channel exists. It's one of the reasons I do what I do, is because you people are just fantastic. From the people who decide to send me beer, to the people who give me a like, for the people who leave me a lovely comment on the channel. It's the reason why I do what I do. So thank you so very much to this massive, fantastic, wonderful, brilliant community that we have here on YouTube. This is Guayabera Citra Pale Ale. Guayabera Citra Pale Ale. I think I'm pronouncing it right. Comment in the comments box, of course, if I'm pronouncing it wrong. This is by Cigar Brewing Company. It's 5.5% ABV and it's 50 IBUs, 50 international bittering units. We'll get onto that a little bit later on. It's a 375 milliliter can. It's normally 375 in America. So they're slightly bigger than our British 330 milliliter cans. So they're saying 12 fluid ounces. They're based in Tampa, in Florida. Let's get this beer out into a glass and see what we get. Big fan of Cigar City. I'm a real big fan of their beers. Not had one for a while. I think when I first started drinking Cigar City beers, their beers were, a lot of them I think were stouts. I think a lot of them were like stouts and porters, I believe. Well, they're the ones that I was trying when they were in their infancy, I think. Back in 2012, 2013, I think I had my first Cigar City beer. Of course, recording this in 2022, so we're talking 10 years ago. We got a one finger white head, slow moving carbonation. It's amber in colour. I can give you the price of this beer as well, which is quite remarkable. We'll concentrate on the beer though for a moment. Let's get the aroma. Yeah, it's definitely got that kind of lovely citra aroma to it, but it has a very distinct American aroma. And that aroma is of a certain level of sweetness. Now, I recently reviewed a salt Citra, single hop Citra beer that was in the supermarket, and that was a lot paler. It was a lot more straw coloured. What you find with American craft beer, or what I find with American craft beer, is that they don't mind to use a darker malt. They don't mind to kind of balance it off with a little bit of sweetness, that kind of hop Citra kind of bitterness that's probably going to hit as we try it. Nice and hazy. You definitely get that Citra kind of pineapple-y hit. Let's dive in. Cheers, everybody. Yes. Definitely. American beer is different. It is different. It has a I would say American beer, not in general. I don't like to generalize anything. But in terms of what I'm used to drinking from American craft brewers, what I've picked up is that they're more sweet. There's a higher level of sweetness in there that compared to British craft beer. I think if you had a Citra Pale Ale from America and you had a Citra Pale Ale IPA from the UK, I think the UK version would be lighter in colour. It would be more straw coloured. It would be drier. It would be more kind of malty, but without the malty sweetness. And it would have a little bit more of the kind of the hop flavour in the middle, a little bit more of that kind of hops going in the fermenter rather than hops going in the boil. That being said, when I first opened the channel, when I first started the channel in 2010, I was reviewing an awful lot of American craft beer around that kind of 2011, 2012, 2013 time frame, because we simply didn't have the brewers here in the UK. We didn't have the amount of breweries that we have today. In the UK, it was more kind of, the American craft beer scene was more developed. They were sending their beer over to the UK a lot more consistently than they seem to be doing today. But this is a very, very classic example of an American craft beer. It's definitely got that level of sweetness in there. More sweetness, probably a little bit more bitterness. The reason why, very quickly on this, because I want to get to the price of this beer, the reason why we in the UK don't see so much American craft beer anymore is because we simply have so much of our own. We simply have so many breweries now in the UK that we fill our supermarkets with British craft beer, and we fill our supermarkets with, or we fill our bottle shops, should I say, with British craft beer. But that leaves a little hole for me. That leaves a little hole. That leaves a little bit of kind of I definitely miss American craft beer. I miss going to my bottle shop and being able to find an array of American craft beer. The likes of Flying Dog Brewery. We still get Sierra Nevada, of course. But we don't see so much of the Cigar Cities. We don't see so much of Stone Brewing Company anymore. We don't seem to see Firestone Walker. Firestone Walker was definitely a brand we used to see in the UK. Oscar Blues Brewery, we used to see a lot of their beers in the UK. We just don't see it anymore, and I miss it. It leaves a hole. I miss it. I like this level of sweetness. I like this level of bitterness. I like this level of balance when it comes to American craft beer. Now, I did have a letter from the lovely Stephen. Thank you very much again, Stephen, for the beer. So he was on holiday in the US. He was in the supermarkets. They sell the beer in 6-packs, and the 6-packs were costing around the $14 mark for 6 beers. So he's worked that out to be about £2 a can. That's pretty amazing. That's pretty amazing. UK, if you were buying American craft beer in the UK, yeah, you'd be looking at £5-6 for this. Probably have to travel a long way, but yeah, you'd definitely be looking to pay a little bit more for this beer. So what do they say about this beer then? Our brewers feel the same reverence and appreciation for the traditional Latin Guayabera shirt that we do for the Citra hop varietal. A hop that imparts notes of tangerine, lime and berries to this American pale ale. Cigar City Brewing Company, I'd love to do from Tampa Bay. I've never been to America. It's one of those things I gotta do. One of those things I gotta do is go to America and try some of their craft beers. I think it's on the horizon. I don't think I'm a million miles away anymore. When the kids were young, I used to think I was a million miles away from ever going to America. I think I'm probably 5 years away now from getting them off to university and then booking a ticket and going, let's get out there to America. Because there's no real point in going like right now because it would be let's go to the fairgrounds, let's go to the beaches, let's entertain the kids. That would be wonderful. That would be wonderful. But I can do that in Europe. I can do that in like places like Spain and France and Italy. If I'm going to jump on an aeroplane, 8 hours on an aeroplane or whatever it is to New York, and then moving my way over to places like Florida and California, I want to be concentrating my time on making videos for the channel for great craft beer. And I don't think I'd be able to do that if I strung the kids along with me. Anyway, fabulous beer then. Really, really good. Great looking beer, great aroma, great head retention, great taste. I like this, I really like this. I like this a lot, it's very good. I like the levels of sweetness, I like the levels of bitterness, I like all the flavours in the middle. Guayabera Citra Pale Ale from Cigar City Brewing Company is a Stone the Crows 9 out of 10. So 9 out of 10 from Real Ale Craft Beer. Please put your comments in the comments box, subscribe to our daily beer and food reviews, give us a big fat thumbs up. Boom! Cheers!